asshole. Them motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves and their BMW in their garage. They kill people,
They
four
target
people a year, bro.
they target
Yeah.
they target families of low
They
income. Man.
target people like me and Candace because we
100%.
don't have no family here or anything, and to steal our kids from us and try to put us in prison any way they can. But you know what? I think if we wouldn't have went live on social media, I think that's what saved me from them shanghaiing me into prison. I think that saved me actually, even through all the hell that we've been through and how much negativity there was and everything else. I still think social media saved me from Hawkins County.
Why do you say?
Locking me up and also false charges.
Oh, I got you.
For real.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But they still got me for $5,000 or some odd dollars that I'm still paying off. They're sorry bitches. I hate every one of them. Yeah, man, it's set up where they just the kids, they lock you up, they take everything you got, and they lock you away for the rest of your life, and take your kids on top of it. Yeah, this is a sorry ass county, Hawkins County is, bro.
Hey, listen. We'll sit down. We'll sit down and we'll do a CPS thing with some data, with some information, with some facts.
I ain't got no problem talking about them, about how evil and sorry they are. I ain't got a problem whatsoever. They stole all four of my kids. They kidnapped all four of my kids. And we, look, like I said, bro, we're not perfect. I'm not saying
nobody is. Nobody in the chat is.
One thing I will say, bro, is we love our kids. We will always love our kids.
People know that, and nobody in the chat, nobody watching this is not perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is.
We're none of us are perfect except for Jesus, bro.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah, right. We gotta forgive each other and we gotta love each other no matter what. You know?
So yeah, we'll do something, man. We'll do something on the CPS. I promise you, man.
That sounds great.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
I appreciate y'all very much. Love you all. God bless everybody. Praise and love to everybody.
Back at you and Candace.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Keep your eyes open for that lady with the bullhorn, and if you see her,
right.
You know what to do. All right, brother.
All right. See you guys. Love you. Bye.
All right, so Don.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I missed you guys. I hope everything's going okay. I haven't been on here for a while, but there hasn't been a lot going on, you guys. But you know, I heard all about this Don carrying on that he didn't, you know, CPS took his kids, and I didn't even get to the part I wanted you to really hear. Hold on.
Let's get Don on the phone. Let's cheer him up a bit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stress, a lot of question marks, but yeah.
There's a lot of question marks.
Yeah, I bet. So what's been up with you guys? Anything good? Did you watch those links that I sent you and stuff?
I watched what I could, bro. I'm just
to lessen foster parents and stuff, make it more open. The laws are so tight there. It is a big money grab, bro. But listen, speaking of corruption, speaking of pedophiles, speaking of people taking advantage of people, did you watch the debate last night?
Into anywhere in the world or whatever that they do with them. They don't care who they don't do. As long as they get them away from their parents and they're making money hand over fist off them, that's all they care about. They're criminals, man. They should be shot.
Right?
Yeah, it's horrible. They take They take kids from loving parents and give them to pedophiles.
Well, there is that out there showing that if a kid is taken from a family and put into a foster home, I was seeing the video. The data says the kid is like has a way greater chance of getting sexually harassed, getting or abused, all types of abuse in general. A lot of it's sexual, a lot of it is other type of abuse, but it goes way up in the foster system and all that. But bro, there's a lot of money behind it, for sure. But you said a lot,
yeah,
right?
The foster parents make money. They get food stamps. They get insurance automatically. So they're making their house payment. They get their brand new house and they're making their payment off my fucking kids. Sorry, motherfuckers. What pieces of shit. They can't even get a real job and support themselves because they're so fat and fucking lazy. All they can do is target other people's kids so they can make a paycheck to pay for their brand new house and their BMW. And the judge in Hawkins County,
You got busted. You got busted for
they're making so much money, you know, and they're kidnapping kids. Though what they don't realize is they're guilty of kidnapping kids. Here's another little tidbit I'd like people to know. In Hawkins County Jail, there's 4 suicides every year.
That's true because wait. That's true because me and Noel were just listening to.
They average 6 suicides a year in that little bitty Hawkins County hellhole. Them motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves and their being.
Well, I couldn't find it on there, but basically, you know, he was saying that the CPS workers, DCF, whatever workers need, you know, to be unalived, but he didn't say he was going to do that. He just said that they need to be, but he did not make a threat. So, you know, I heard Don B earlier, and I don't understand why people get involved in like calling the news stations, calling TBI, calling, so, you know, protective services. You know, I know that he's made a lot of calls like that, and I just don't understand people getting involved because, you know, it makes a crazy mess out of a case, if you ask me, because they get so many people calling in with things that they can't really even do nothing about. I mean, sure, the news stations, maybe they did get lawyers, but you know, they can sue Don, but what are they going to get out of Don? And another thing is, you can't just, Don can't be arrested for that, sorry. And I wish people would quit trying to do things to get Don in trouble or looking for things to get Don in trouble. I know everybody wants Don and Candace in jail, right? Because they suspect them, and they think that they had something to do with Summer's disappearance, which I do too. But the thing is, do you really want him arrested for something stupid? But the point that I really was trying to find in that video, you guys, is Don said that they were going to try to railroad him, and that if it wasn't for social media, they would have tried to frame false charges on him. And he's been saying stuff like that, and, you know, all along, and I truly believe that, that's one of the other things I was going to say to you guys. Don said in his most recent article, I but seen it in an article, a news article online, where he said that, oh crap. Oh, he said that they had to give up the boys because if they wouldn't have, that they would have been drugged through a trial, you know, and all this stuff. They were going to charge them. So my point is that you know dang well that they did something very bad to those kids. And I don't care, Don Wells can carry on about how unfair his life is and how he's had his boys taken away. Well, newsflash, Don Wells. They don't take kids for no reason. You had your children removed for a reason. And, you know, it's really aggravating listening to you carrying on saying that, oh, we're victims here. They took the kids, you know, took Summer from us, and it's a bunch of bull crap, okay? So I'm just saying that Don knows, but he wants to carry on. I don't know what's going on, if he's paying child support. It's a possibility. Hold on.
In 2021, a woman and her teen children.
Okay. Anyways, you guys, the thing is, Don Wells, you and Candace have lost 7 or 8 other kids. I mean, kids altogether. So not just your 3 boys. You've lost like 4 or 5 other children in the past because of your really bad, neglectful, abusive behavior. Both you and Candace got criminal backgrounds and histories, and I don't know what you're thinking, Don, but when you have a domestic abuse in the house and your wife, the mother says she's afraid for her life and the children, and police are called to your house quite often, and when you test dirty for drugs, and which you did, both of you, and you got your kids taken away from you because you weren't good parents. And so I don't know when you're going to wake up and realize that. I don't know when Tim Mullins is going to wake up and realize that. You think White Boy, you know, he would have enough sense to know this. But anyways, you know, under fair use and copyright laws, I wanted you just to hear that for a few minutes so that I could discuss White Boy Lockdown's little interview with Don Wells, and I only took a very small portion that you could listen to. So, but anyways, I don't understand why this is a big surprise to Don Wells or to Candace or to any of them, and they know better. You know, you can't have that bad of a criminal history and be abusive, be neglectful, and doing drugs and having all kinds of CPS reports, because we already know you had a bunch of CPS reports against you, Don Wells. I mean, you're really ticking me off. And I'm really sick and tired of hearing you whining how DCF, Child Protective Services, stole your kids. Bull crap. It's a bunch of bull crap. And, you know, you're so worried about looking innocent. You're so worried about people, you know, not thinking you're guilty. Why is that, Don Wells? Because we know why. Because you know where your daughter is. But, yeah, I just wanted you to, you know, for new people here who might not know, I just wanted to play this here for a minute.
He maintains his innocence and he wants to keep his daughter's story in the headlines. This is Summer Wells. The 5-year-old lived at this house in Rogersville, Tennessee, a tight-knit community of less than 5,000 people. On June 15, 2021, her parents say Summer was helping plant flowers with her mom and grandmother.
She wanted to go into the house. My wife watched her go through the door, and she went into the house, and the boys were on the internet, of course. She wanted to go downstairs to play with her boys.
I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer. which was unusual. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
2 years after her parents, Don and Candace Wells, gave those accounts, that's still all we know about the last time Summer was seen. Almost immediately, Summer's parents became the center of a police investigation.
Summer's parents, Candace and Dawn, had something to do with this, or have you ruled that out?
We haven't ruled anything out. Everything's possible.
Could she have gotten herself into a situation where it wasn't her fault, but
No,
you know what I mean?
no, she's a good mother. She loves her children. She's not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is maybe choosing some wrong friends, which is, it happens.
Don Wells pleaded guilty to driving under the influence last year. Candace also filed an order of protection against him, but asked for it to be dismissed. He now faces criminal charges in 3 states, including a domestic assault arrest in 2020. 2 years later, investigators have not charged either Don or his wife in connection to Summer's disappearance.
Everybody makes mistakes, and we all have to learn and go on. We're doing better. It's still very rough for my wife.
Don Wells sat down with News Nation to talk about where the case stands today. His wife hasn't sat down for an interview since this appearance on Dr. Phil in
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that Summer Wells is missing from Rogersville, Tennessee. Please call 1-800-TBI. Find if you know anything. But yeah, Don and Candace, they want to continue to insist this bull crap, but they won't make a plea for their daughter. They don't go online. They don't go on, if they go on some news stations, yeah, but not the real big ones. And they don't want to sit there and plead for their daughter. They want to talk about their innocence, that they're not guilty. And, you don't have to prove that you're not guilty if you're not guilty. I mean, so many, not everybody, but so many people and so many of the authorities suspect them, because why wouldn't they? I mean, when you have CPS at your house a bunch of times, when you're living in a mess of a junk hole, if you're, drinking and drugging and having all this crap going on, those are the consequences of your actions. You cannot raise children in those kind of environments. And that's what Don and Candace did. They raised Summer Wells and those boys in a very bad environment. And I know now, because Don Wells spoke it out of his own mouth, that they had to sign the boys over. Otherwise, they would have been drugged through a court battle and charged or whatever. And he just said it again, that if it wasn't for him going on the media, so he thinks, if it wasn't for the media, because it saved him, because otherwise Hawkins County and TBI would have railroaded him and put these charges on him. Well, that's nonsense. I know better than that, and I truly believe that they just know. They know that Don and Candace did something to their daughter, but you don't want them to be arrested until they have proof and they have enough to keep Don and Candace there. I'm telling you what, it's really difficult to pull everything together, because you want a jury to find people, without a reasonable doubt. You want them to be unanimous. You want to have enough proof when you're going to trial. You want to have everything in line, and you don't want them just arrested on some stupid charges for now and then they get out. So, I just truly believe, I have a faith in God. Maybe some of you don't, but I believe in God. I've been praying for Summer Wells for 3 years. She's been missing for 3 years. I've been praying for her, And I truly believe that God will allow someone to find her someday, and that these parents will definitely be charged. I mean, everybody's innocent until proven guilty, and these are just my personal opinions. So don't bother anybody or misconstrue them. I should have gave you a trigger warning about all the swearing with Don Wells, but that's exactly how he is. He's got a filthy mouth. He talks to women terrible. He, treats authority terrible. This guy, Don Wells, has been doing criminal acts since he was a boy. He's been getting in trouble with the law. He was stealing panties. He was breaking into places. He was taking drugs across different to different states. He was doing all kinds of very bad things, selling drugs, stuff like that. And Candace was doing some bad things too, and she's been involved with some people. And I was just listening to someone last night, and they were saying how the carny, the fairs, that a lot of the trafficking crap goes through these carnies and these people. So, Don and Candace have known some really bad people. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. He always says we only hang around good people. Don Wells says that. But we know better than that. He don't just hang around. He hangs around the worst of the worst, okay? And he's had all kind, and so has Candace. They've had everybody in their house partying with them. And there's only one person that could have abducted Summer in that amount of time who would have been around, and that was the guy that was up on the property camping. JD is his initials. But anyways, unless the TBI has fully vetted that guy that was on the property and then took off right when Summer went missing, then I truly believe we know that the parents of Summer Wells did something with her. Yes, she was abducted by her family. Yes, she was kidnapped by her family. Yes, she was taken out of there by a vehicle. That's why the scent went to the end of the driveway, because that's the last, she used to run up and down that driveway, Don said, because she wanted to meet him in the driveway in his truck to get candy from him. And those kids ran up and down the hill there, and they were running around that place. So I truly believe that Don and Candace, Don picked up Summer and took her out of there. And they're both involved, and they both know. And isn't it quite interesting, not interesting, but very strange that Rose Bly comes up missing, and that is Summer Wells' aunt in Wisconsin. She went missing, never found, no sign of her, nothing. And then Summer Wells goes missing here in Tennessee, and then she's not found. Somebody's very good at hiding people. And they hid Summer pretty good, and somebody hid Rose Bly pretty good. Because nobody's finding them very well after this long a time. But I truly believe they will, and I believe TBI, that they will make an arrest. It's a matter of time and patience, and people don't want to have patience. I just been beside myself. I can't believe that there was an attempt on our former president's life. That was terrible. I don't care what you feel about him politically. That was terrible. And it's bad when your hate is so bad that you would, resort to those measures. And I believe the media, all the certain medias are complicit because they have been putting out terrible things, saying terrible things about Donald Trump. And then look at what happens. People get worked up and go after him. So that's all I'm going to say, because I'm not going to talk about politics on this channel. It's too sensitive of a subject. People get upset, and I'm not going to go there, okay? But anyways, I was just saying that it seemed like it was a hard week, you know, and I've got a garden out here and things going on, and it's my birthday on July 28th. But I got 2 girls that have birthdays in July too, so one of them's coming over for dinner tomorrow with my grandkids, and we're gonna have a birthday dinner for her. But yeah, I just been busy, and it's not that I haven't missed you guys or thought about you guys, because I have. I just haven't had much to say, you know, or the time. But I wanted to come in and check in with you, but I think it's ridiculous. You know, Don's making a fool out of himself, and white boy over there is helping him out by allowing him to spew that kind of crap. But, you know, Don, I truly believe, is just upset. He probably has to pay child support still or something for a while until those kids are 18. I mean, that is a big possibility, and that's probably what's ticking him off, because he's, you know, I don't really think he cares. I mean, he says they love their children very much. Well, I'm sure they do in some ways. But, you know, it's just very disgusting that he sits there and screams and hollers and makes a fool out of himself, trying to blame DCS, you know, for his problems and for why his children are gone. And, you know, they're gone for a good reason. And they're doing good in life. And I feel bad for Summer here. Look at her little teeth. You know, like those front teeth were really bad there. You know, she had a terrible looking bedroom. She really didn't have a lot. And, you know, I seen, you know, different pictures of Don and Candace loving her. But I've heard a lot of different witnesses around this case that have said that they were very mean to her, and they shaved her head, you know. Right here she's got some hair, but they kept her head shaved short. And you can't tell me it's a lice. It was just lice. Because, you know, Summer had really blonde hair, white hair. And if you're that lazy that you can't sit there, you know, she could have had a cute short haircut. It didn't have to be shaved. A buzz cut, shaved, bald. Some of them she was shaved completely bald. And that is just laziness, if you ask me. Yeah. Pretty ridiculous. I was looking for my remote here. But yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so, you know, I just wanted to say hi to all of you. Tell you that I'm thinking about you. Nothing really much is going on out here. It's a nice night. It's cool. I'm actually going to bake some rolls. I don't know where my dog went. He's horsing around out here. It's pretty dark, you know. But yeah, Don just makes a fool out of himself, you know. He's ridiculous. We know why you got your kids taken away, Don. And I think it's just because you got to pay child support or something. I don't know. Who knows? I just don't think it's because they want the boys back so bad. I really don't. I hope they never can have any more children, because they've done quite a bit of damage over the years. They've lost so many kids, and they've hurt people. They've hurt them. You know, children going through that kind of stuff, they shouldn't have to. And, you know, they shouldn't have to be subjected or even in a foster home if Don and Candace would have took care of them properly. But anyways, you guys, I'm not going to stay on here much longer. You know, he just irritates me. Don Wells irritates me beyond measure. He's just so ridiculous and dumb. You know, he's not winning any points with anybody by talking the way he does. And it's just stupid. Yeah, like I said, go ahead. They can sue Donald Wells, but what are they going to get from him? Like, who cares? What I want is for them to be arrested. I want Don and Candace to be arrested for the disappearance of Summer Wells. I don't care about all this other stuff. They can do whatever they want. They can be nasty, because eventually I know they're going to be caught. So these are just my personal opinions. Like I said, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. And under copyright laws and fair use, I used a little bit of the news there, WJHL, I think it is, and News Nation, and White Boy Lockdown you were listening to. So you can go over there and listen to the full video of him talking to Don Wells, and you will hear that he's talking about, you know, they wanted to get him. They wanted to arrest him. And they will. They will. But something's got him all riled up, and he should know better than this. He knows better than that. They lost some kids for a reason. He knows that. But for some reason, he's getting really worked up, and he's going to find out that it's not doing him any favors. So anyways, you guys, I hope you're doing well. Take it easy. I'll be talking to you soon again. I'm sorry that like I said, I've been gone, but I'll be back around, and if there's something that we can talk about. So anyways, you guys, I hope you have a good week this week, and be blessed. God loves you. I love you. Good night. Bye.